Elon Musk just released Hunter Biden's shocking censorship documents. Hi, today we are going to talk about Elon Musk, who just released Hunter Biden. We will talk about why he released it, what were the reason behind this, and who was with him. The president in recent times has been the most controversial person on earth, in spite of his fame and wealth, which we all dreamt of having a chance to have someday. He continues to use public offices as another platform for selfishness. However, recently when President Joe Biden visited Saudi Arabia for an official visit, there were accusations that this was done for political gains and not in any way related to intelligence activities. A few days later, it was revealed that during his trip, the CIA is being investigated by the Justice Department over allegations of using their resources for personal gain and influence peddling. This has brought new questions to the mind of many people like us who feel that with such a massive country as Saudi Arabia, one can assume that they are solely interested in fighting terrorism instead of their own political agenda. What makes this matter even more complicated and uncomfortable is that with every news, the presidential candidate doesn't seem to care about other countries in the region. So far, this whole situation still remains unsolved. And what people need to know now that they are running for office. One day, this could turn out to be very detrimental for the world leaders. But until then, let's take a look at how some famous people have used their positions just to benefit themselves, and what might happen if such a strategy gets into their hands. Let's begin. Elon Musk, billionaire who created SpaceX company. Elon Musk is arguably the richest man on Earth. He has become a household name thanks to Tesla Motors Limited, electric car company, under his leadership. There have been several controversies involving him in recent years over ethical concerns raised against his company's practice of putting profits before all else. Recently, Musk has also come under question regarding possible links between Russia and China. Before getting too deep, let's first understand why these things have come up from experts who are well-versed in this field. According to Mark Cuban, CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, Elon Musk has been known for always looking for ways to get rich off his companies, rather than creating anything good for society or the environment. That is simply his nature, and that's what led them to do business together with NASA. That sounds so simple, but it got me thinking, and I think you really need to start worrying about those people when you get the results out of them. They don't care about building rockets and stuff. If anyone in government should be worried, it's Elon Musk. When speaking about Musk, one can say that he does not value ethics as much as money and fame. Even though, after discovering that the Russians wanted to build nuclear weapons, Musk was quick to react that Russian billionaires shouldn't worry because it would cost them billions in taxes. Moreover, despite the fact that Twitter may be accused of enabling the spread of fake information, this allegation was disputed by Musk. Elon Musk is not good. According to Bloomberg News, Musk is no longer seen as a positive figure in our lives, however. Since 2011, he has been making decisions without considering them through thought processes. These issues may include buying and selling shares in Tesla Incorporated, owning stocks in Tesla Incorporated and SpaceX, joining board meetings for SpaceX and Tesla, and giving speeches in favor of corporate interests. These actions are all considered bad by human rights activists around the world. Elon Musk and Hunter Biden. Political interests and conflicts allied to each other. This issue between Elon Musk and Hunter Biden has come across as somewhat confusing at the moment. Most rumors suggest that Musk had no intentions of becoming wealthy from his private business. On the contrary, his interest in investing in a Chinese business started right from the college where Joe was enrolled. At the time, Joe wanted to work on Wall Street because there was a shortage of financial professionals. This was also a reality for the Americans of that particular class and age group. Thus, Joe wanted to use his skill set to help others who found difficulties with basic everyday matters. Since Joe was very keen upon social issues, this was a difficult task on his part. After talking to Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders, and realizing that it would require quite a large investment in time and effort, Musk realized the benefits of doing things from scratch and became a big fan of entrepreneurship. During the launch of Falcon 1, which costed millions of dollars, Elon got so excited that he was convinced that he could build the necessary hardware required to launch such spacecraft. This move made him the wealthiest person on Earth. Elon Musk versus Joseph W. Biden Jr. Conflict of interest. Elon Musk is not a perfect individual in terms of morals and ethics. While he wants to create jobs in America, he is currently involved in selling parts of his company to foreign investors. Now you must be wondering whether Elon's involvement is legal or not. Unfortunately, since the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has already cracked down on the alleged fraudulent practices, many find it hard to trust Mr. Musk. Although this may sound ridiculous, it is something Elon needs to realize. According to Adam Greenblatt, senior economist and chairman of Columbia Business School, Elon's ability to manage both sides in his relationships with key players in this administration, and he is actively engaged with President Biden, raises major questions about his capacity to distinguish between objective matters like trade policy and purely commercial considerations. Elon seems to be easily provoked by situations and events that involve his business ventures and does not consider the negative consequences of his previous deeds. It is impossible for Joe to tolerate the kind of behavior shown by Elon. Hence, Elon should understand the importance of taking measures against misconduct in order to avoid harming our country. According to Jefferies Group's senior executive Michael J. Costin, the real lesson here isn't that Mr. Musk is trying to go rogue and defy government rules as often heard out in Washington, D.C., but rather that he was caught off guard by the sudden and surprising emergence of this emerging conflict of interest. Such a situation requires immediate attention and action on the side of the authorities. Elon Musk and Prince Charles. Family relationships impacting society. If we look at the cases highlighted above, it would be hard not to notice the similarities between Elon Musk and Princess Diana. Both have played significant roles in transforming their respective societies. It is certain that whenever your family member wins a role like this or finds success within it, you cannot deny that you are successful yourself. From the perspective of sociological science, the power structure starts showing its strength and dominance over a specific area. For instance, the case of royal families such as Andrew, George, John, and William, and Diana would show that although there remains inequality among members of high-ranking states, the overall societal structure tends not to crumble after such a development. We shouldn't forget that there is a difference in the kind of upbringing, education, and training given to royals and common citizens. For example, King Charles II and Queen Elizabeth II received different kinds of schooling and were exposed to different circumstances. People who studied at universities of England, Germany, France, and Scotland were able to go to Oxford and Cambridge universities respectively and start finding jobs within 24 hours of graduation. However, in countries such as Pakistan, Afghanistan, Ethiopia, and Yemen, people didn't even have proper access of education and couldn't enroll in schools. It shows that regardless of differences, societies tend to stick together depending on certain aspects and values. Therefore, people who are born as royalty can grow into powerful rulers and influential figures because their parents taught them to be so. It was last week that Elon Musk dangled the arrival of a promised multi-day blitz of internal company documents, a stunt he pumped up to his 120 million followers. Starting with the backstory on the company's late 2020 decision to block users from sharing coverage of Hunter Biden's leaked laptop files. The first episode came on Friday night in a 40-tweet thread from journalist Matt Taibbi, who had been provided some of the company's internal files and emails. For further videos, keep connected with Top Tech News and Gear.